Hi all, we're going to look at one other feature of methods right now, which is how do you use a method that's in another class. And to show you that, let's say that I have a class here with a main block, and I like to calculate the area of a circle. And I remember that in another class called a returning example, I had a method called circle area. So the idea would be, and here I'd like to do the circle area code and be done. So here's an idea. I could call the circle area method. If I remember right, it took a parameter, and I can put in whatever number I want, so I'll put in 5. And then if I want to use the output of the method, I probably need to store it. So I have a result variable. Then I can print it out. And hopefully I will see what the answer is, and oh, I cannot compile it. And it says here it cannot find the symbol circle area in this class, because the circle area method is not in this class. It's actually in this other class called returning example. So what we're going to look at now is how do you call a method that's in another class. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to write down the name of the class that the method you want is inside of, then a period or a dot, followed by the regular method name like you would want. This should look very similar to what we do with the math class. If we would like to call the ABS method from the math class, we write math dot and then the method name. And so now when we compile it, this will say, go into the returning example class, call its circle area method, pass in the number of 5. The answer that we get, we're going to store into this variable and then print it out. And ta-da, we get the answer. So this is the way that you'll be able to call a method that is in another class. Now, on a related note, you may have been wondering why we write public for everything. If I were to go to the returning example and make this method private, which is another option, and then go back to my code here and try to compile it, I'll get a different error that says that circle area is a private method to the other class. So I am not allowed to access the private methods of a different class. That could be useful at some point. For right now, it probably doesn't seem like that important. Another interesting thing is that inside of this class, returning example, I guess I can't compile just this class by itself. Let's see, just compile. No, that's too bad. Okay, this class by itself, the example I'm trying to give you is that this class right now works. And the reason why that's important is the cylinder volume method is calling this circle area method, and even though it's private, it has access to it because it's within the same class. The thing that I'm not allowed to do is over here, in a different class, call a private method. So in short, if you want to call a method in another class, one, that method has to be marked as public. And second, you need to write the class name dot the method that you would like to call. And that's all.